124 Bluestone Road was a spiteful house, full of baby venom. The women in the house knew it. So did the children. By 1873, Sethe and her daughter Denver were its only victims.
We know you there. Time you let us see you.
You can come on out now.
Come on. Come on.
You may as well just come on.
Sethe's two sons had fled Ohio when they were 13 years old. Neither boy waited to see another kettle full of chickpeas smoking in a heap on the floor. Soda crackers crumbled and strewn in a line next to the door sill.
Come on. Come tell us why you're here.
Everybody gone but us.
The boy's grandmother, Baby Suggs, heard them go, but didn't raise her head from her sickbed. She died shortly afterwards, with no interest whatsoever in the boy's leave-taking or her own. Sethe and Denver had decided to end the persecution by calling for the ghost that tried them so.
Only the sideboard moving. Grandma Baby must be stopping it.
I doubt that.
Then why don't the hate come?
You forgetting how little it is. She weren't even but 2 years old when she died. Too little to understand. Now help me push the sideboard back in place.
Well, baby, she throws a powerful spell.
No more powerful than the way I learned her.
We could move. Leave it all behind.
What'd be the point, Denver? Not a house in the county ain't packed to the rafters with some dead Negro's grief.
Sethe knew that her memories of her sons were fading fast. As for the rest of her memories, she worked hard to remember as close to nothing as was safe of the life she had lived before coming to Bluestone Road. Then one day, the breeze cooling her face as she rushed to sop the itchy chamomile sap away from her bare legs with pump water and rags, the sight of the dog lapping at the puddle near her feet reminded her of Sweet Home Plantation. And although there was not a leaf on that farm that did not make her want to scream, it rolled itself out before her mind's eye in its shameless beauty. Boys hanging by the neck from the most beautiful sycamores in the world. It shamed her, remembering the wonderful soughing trees rather than the boys.
Baldy? Baldy, is that you?
What's left? How you been, girl? Besides barefoot.
Messed up my legs back yonder. Chamomile.
I don't want to even hear about it. Always did hate that stuff.
Baldy.
Sethe.
Now come on inside.
Porch is fine, Sethe. Cool out here. Good to set a while.
18 years.
18. And I swear I've been walking every one of them. Mind if I join you and go barefoot?
You want to soak them feet? Let me get you a basin of water.
No. Can't baby feet. Whole lot more tramping they got to do yet.
You can't leave right away, Baldy. You got to stay a while.
Long enough to see baby Suggs anyway. Where is she?
Dead.
I know. When?
8 years now. Almost 9.
I hope she didn't die hard.
Soft as cream. Being alive was the hard part. Sorry you missed her, though. Is that what you came for?
That's some of what I came for. The rest is you, but if truth be known, I'll go anywhere these days. Anywhere they let me sit down.
Just me and my daughter Denver here now. You looking good?
Devil's confusion. He let me look good as long as I feel bad.
Sethe smiled. This is the way they had been. All of the Sweet Home men, before and after she married Hallie, treated her to a mild brotherly flirtation, so subtle you had to scratch for it. Except for a heap more hair and some waiting in his eyes, Paul D. looked the way he had in Kentucky. Peach-stone skin, straight-backed. For a man with an immobile face, it was amazing how he right away produced the reflection of the feeling you were feeling.
You'd tell me if there was anything to tell, wouldn't you?
About Hallie?
He never came and joined us here.
I'd tell you. Sure, I'd tell you. I don't know any more now than I did then. You must think he's still alive.
No, I think he did. It's not being sure that keeps him alive. Baby Suggs claims she know the very day and hour he died. 1855. The day my baby was born.
You had that baby, did you? Never thought you'd make it, running off the plantation pregnant.
I had to. Couldn't be no waiting. You could stay tonight, Paul D.
You don't sound too steady in that offer.
Oh, it's truly meant. I just hope you'll pardon my house. Denver? Denver! Come talk to Paul D. while I cook us some dinner.
Paul D. tied his shoes together and slung them over his shoulder and followed Sethe through the door, straight into a pool of red and undulating light that locked him where he stood.
You got company?
Off and on.
Good God. What kind of evil you got in there?
It ain't evil, just sad. Come on, just step on through.
Walking through the pool of red light, a wave of grief soaked him so thoroughly he wanted to cry.
You said she died soft as cream.
That's not Baby Suggs.
Who then?
My daughter. The one I sent ahead with the boys.
Paul D. looked at the spot where the grief had soaked him. The red was gone, but a kind of weeping hung in the air.
No, man. You here by yourself.
Me and Denver. I cook at a restaurant in town and I sew a little on the sly.
The luminous white of the steps and railings in the hallway made Paul D. glance upward. Every sense he had told him the air above the stairwell was charmed and very thin. But the girl who walked down out of that air to meet him was round and brown, with the face of an alert doll.
Here she is, my Denver. This is Paul D., honey, from Sweet Home.
Good morning, Mr. D.
Garner, baby. Paul D. Garner.
Yes, sir.
She a fine-looking young lady. Got a daddy sweet face.
You know my father?
Know him well.
Did he, Mama? Is that true?
Of course he knew your daddy. I told you, he from Sweet Home.
Denver noted that they had become a twosome, saying, "Your daddy," and "Sweet Home," in a way that made it clear both belonged to them and not to her.
We have a ghost in here.
So I hear. But sad your mama said, not evil.
No, sir. Not evil. But not sad, either. Rebuked. Lonely and rebuked.
Must be something you got at once.
It's just a baby.
My sister. She died in this house.
Reminds me of that headless bride back behind Sweet Home. Remember that, Sethe?
How could I forget? Used to roam them woods regular.
How come everybody run off from Sweet Home Plantation can't stop talking about it? Looked like if it was so sweet, you would have stayed.
Girl, who you talking to?
It's true. It wasn't sweet and it sure wasn't home.
Denver, start up that stove. Can't have a friend stop by and don't feed him.
Don't go to any trouble on my account.
Well, why don't you stay the night, Mr. Garner? You and ma'am can talk about Sweet Home all night long.
Denver! What's the matter with you? I never knew you to behave this way.
Leave her be. I'm a stranger to her.
Well, that's just it. She got no cause to act up with a stranger. Oh, baby. What is it?
I can't no more. I can't no more.
Can't what? What can't you?
I can't live here. I don't know where to go or what to do, but I can't live here. Nobody speaks to us. Nobody comes by.
Honey.
What you talking about nobody speaks to
Oh,
you?
it's the house. People don't...
It's not. It's not the house. It's us, and it's you.
Denver!
Leave off, Seth. It's hard for a young girl living in a haunted house. That can't be easy.
It's easier than some other things.
Maybe you ought to move. Who owns this house?
No moving, no leaving. It's all right the way it is.
You gonna tell me it's all right with this child a half out of her mind?
I got a tree on my back and a hate in my house and nothing in between but the daughter I'm holding in my arms. I will never run from another thing on this earth. I took one journey and I paid for the ticket, but let me tell you something, Paul D. Garner, it costs too much. You hear me? Costs too much. Now, sit down and eat with us or leave us be.
Sethe led Denver into the keeping room that opened off the kitchen. When she came back, she avoided his look and went straight to a small table next to the stove.
Tree on your back. I don't see nothing wrong on your back.
They're all the same.
Who told you that?
White girl, choked cherry tree, trunk, branches, even leaves. But that was 18 years ago. Could have cherries now, too, for all I know. I had milk. I was pregnant with Denver, but I had milk for my baby girl. I hadn't stopped nursing her when I sent her on ahead with her two brothers.
I was talking about a tree, Sethe.
Them boys came and stole my milk. Held me down and took it. I told Mrs. Garner on them. Them boys found out I told. The school teacher made one open up my back. When it closed, it made a tree. It grows there still.
They used cowhide on you. They beat you, and you
And they took my baby's milk.
Sethe slid the pan of biscuits into the oven. As she raised up from the heat, she could feel Paul D., his hands under her chest. She knew but could not feel through the scars that his cheek was pressing against the branches of her choked cherry tree.
Oh, Lord, girl.
Paul D. was the kind of man that could walk into a house and make the woman cry. It took him a while to realize that his legs were shaking because the floorboards were, and the grinding, shoving floor was only part of it.
It's all right. It's all right.
God damn it! Push up! Leave this place alone!
The table rushed toward him. He grabbed its leg and bashed it about, wrecking everything, screaming back at the screaming house. Paul D. did not stop until everything was rock quiet. Sethe crouched next to the stove, clutching her dress. Denver huddled at her mother's side. The three of them breathed like one tired person. But there was also another breathing, and it was just as tired.
Why, Johnny?
Denver's secret was sweet, accompanied every time by wild Veronica, until she discovered cologne. The first bottle was a gift. The second she stole from her mother and hid amongst the wild boxwood in the field behind 124 Bluestone Road until it froze and cracked. In that field, 5 boxwood bushes planted in a ring had started stretching toward each other to form a round, empty room, its walls 50 inches of murmuring leaves. Veiled and protected by the live green walls, Denver felt ripe and clear, and salvation was as easy as a wish. One autumn, long before Paul D. arrived, she was made suddenly cold by a combination of wind and the perfume on her skin. A thin and whipping snow drove her back to the house. A breastplate of darkness hid all the windows except one. Looking in, Denver saw her mother, kneeling in prayer.
No! Leave her alone! Leave my ma'am alone!
Ain't no one here but me, Denver.
No, I saw it. It was kneeling next to you. White around your waist. It looked like two women praying together, except one was an empty dress.
Hush, child.
So that the imaginary dress would not come between them, Sethe wrapped her shivering daughter in baby Sug's quilt of many colors.
Tell me my story.
You ever gonna get tired of hearing it?
It soothes me. Tell me.
When I runs off from sweet home with you in my belly, I was walking on feet meant for standing still. 6 months on I was. Every time I stopped, you was like a little antelope ramming my belly with horns and hooves.
But you didn't stop.
After a while, only things alive was my little antelope and my nipples. I fell and could not raise up again. I believed this baby's mama was gonna die in wild onions on the bloody side of the Ohio River.
Who's in there?
That was when something came out of the earth into me. Looked like I was just cold jaws grinding. Some white boy was gonna find me on that ridge of pines trying to get to my 3 children. After my husband had disappeared, after my milk was stolen and my back pulped, my children orphaned, and then deny me an easeful death? No. I was eager to bite into his eyes, gnaw on his cheek.
Where you come from?
But it weren't no white boy.
Look here. A Negro. That don't beat all. You about the scariest looking something I ever seen.
Was a girl, the raggedest looking trash you ever saw.
What you doing back up in here?
Running.
Them the feet you running on? Can't even stand. My Jesus, my. You got anything past for food?
No.
Oh, I like to die. I'm so hungry. I thought there'd be huckleberries. That's why I came up here. Didn't expect to find no Negro woman.
I'm having a baby, miss.
That mean you don't have no appetite? Oh, I got to eat me something.
Where you on your way to, miss?
Boston.
Your mama know you run off?
My mama died working to pay off her passage. Left me to pay off her debt by myself. I gotta go. What you gonna do? Just lay there and fold?
I can't get up from here.
Stay the night here. The snake's gonna get you. It's a house back yonder. No people in it. A lean-to, kinda.
I can't walk on these feet.
Oh, crawl then. Any animal can crawl. Come on. I told you it was here. Not much to look at, but it's shelter. Oh, lie here on the leaves. I'll make a pile of them. Put some in that rock, too. You rest those feet on it. Raise them up. They so swole you ain't never gonna walk in them in that condition.
What you doing?
Rubbing your feet. Used to do this for my mama. It's gonna hurt. Anything dead comes back to life hurts.
And that's a truth for all time, Denver thought, as she listened to the familiar tale of Amy, the white girl. Maybe the white dress, holding his hands around her mother's waist, was in pain.
I don't know how many times I done told you that story.
You think maybe the dress I saw holding on to you was hurting?
You say it was holding on to me? How?
Kneeling next to you while you were praying.
Well, I'll be.
What were you praying for, ma'am?
I don't pray no more. Just talk.
What were you talking about?
Time. How it's hard for me to believe in it. Some things pass on, some things just stay. Places are still there. Out there in the world, even if they're gone, it's still there. Right in the place where it happened.
Can other people see it?
Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Where I was before I came here, that place is real to me. Sweet home ain't never going away. You go there and stand in the place where it was, it'll happen again. You understand me, Denver? You can't never go there. It's gonna always be there waiting for you. That's how come I had to get all my children out.
Why you run off? You never tell me that part. Just that they whipped you and you run off pregnant.
Nothing to tell. except school teacher. He was a little man, short, always wore a collar, even in the fields. After Mr. Garner passed, Mrs. Garner was pleased her husband's relative was willing to come farm Sweet Home with all of his book learning. Sweet Home man could have done run the place, but she didn't want to be the only white person on the farm, and a woman, too. He brought 2 boys with him, called him Anka, talked soft and spit in their handkerchiefs, the kind who know Jesus by his first name. School teacher liked the ink I made. He was always writing in his book, asking us questions. Commenced to carry around a notebook of what we said.
Ma'am?
Enough remembering now, Denver.
Well, I think the baby Hank got plans.
What plans?
I don't know, but that dress holding on to you gotta mean something.
Whatever those plans were, Paul D's arrival had messed them up for good. With a table and his loud male voice, he had rid 124 of its claim to local fame. It had been whooshed away in the blast of a hazelnut man's shout, leaving Denver's world flat. The night of his arrival, not quite in a hurry, but losing no time, Sethe and Paul D had climbed the white stairs to her bedroom. He felt overwhelmed as much by the downright luck of finding her house and her in it as by the certainty of what they were about to do. Merely kissing the wrought iron on her back had shook the house. Now he would do more. Though she could remember desire, she had forgotten how it worked. It was over before they could get their clothes off. His dreaming of her had been too long, and too long ago.
Sethe,
Still got your shirt on.
you still wearing your petticoat?
Sethe lay on her back, her head turned from Paul D, too shy to make talk.
I dropped 25 years climbing those stairs with you, Sethe. All the years since you first arrived at Sweet Home. A man gets to remembering when that happens.
I ought to go downstairs and put my home back together.
All us Sweet Home men, Paul F., Hallie, Paul A., 6-0, watching you.
6-0 never watched me.
You remember 6-0 and Patsy?
Mm-hmm.
The 30-mile woman? He walked for 17 hours, sat down for 1, and turned around and walked 17 more just to see her.
I used to take a fistful of salsify into Mrs. Garner's kitchen just so I could work in it. Yellow flowers on the table, myrtle tied to the flat iron to make sure the butter would come just like it should. Mr. Garner liked the ink I made there. Only thing I wasn't afraid of at Sweet Home was you men. I used to watch y'all. After I brought you bacon and bread in the fields, hide behind honeysuckle and watch y'all laughing, playing, urinating, singing.
When the time came, you chose Hallie.
Yes, somebody's son, baby Sug's son. I told Mrs. Garner we wanted to get married in that self-same kitchen. She asked if I was expecting, said Hallie would be good for me. I asked if there was a wedding. She laughed, said I was a sweet child.
You was.
Hallie took me out to the cornfield. We thought no one knew.
As if we could miss a ripple in a cornfield on a quiet, cloudless day. We knew. We knew you was lying with Hallie among the corn stalks.
6 whole years of marriage to somebody's son. I was reckless, Paul D. I took all that luck for granted. As if I thought Sweet Home really was one. A bigger fool never lived.
Sethe had given little thought to the white dress until Paul D came, and then she remembered Denver's interpretation. That baby Hank got plans. Next morning, waking up next to Paul D, she smiled, thinking about what that word, plans, could mean. She thought also of the temptation to trust and remember that gripped her as she stood before the cooking stove in his arms. Would it be all right to go ahead and count on something?
How soon good as new?
Better even.
I was thinking of looking for work around here. What you think?
Well, ain't much. River work mostly, and hogs.
Well, I never worked in water, but I can pick up anything as heavy as me, hogs included.
White people better headed in Kentucky, but you may have to scramble some.
It ain't whether I scramble, it's where. You saying it's all right to scramble here?
Better than all right.
Your girl Denver seems to me she's of a different mind.
Well, why you say that?
She got a waiting way about her. Something she's expecting, and it ain't me.
Don't worry about her. She a charmed child. Even when school teacher found us and came busting in here with a law and a shotgun.
School teacher found you?
It took a while, but he did. Finally.
And he didn't take you back?
Oh, no. I wasn't going back there. I went to jail instead. Denver was just a baby, so she went right along with me. Rats bit everything in there but her. And I told you, she a charmed child.
One night, Sethe and Paul D. were talking like a couple. They had skipped love and promise and gone directly to, "You saying it's all right to scramble here?" The notion of a future with Paul D. was beginning to stroke her mind. Still, the future was a matter of keeping the past at bay. So keeping Denver from the past that was still waiting for her was all that mattered. More than Paul D., more than any plans the baby might make. Now that Paul D. had moved into 124 Bluestone Road, Sethe, pleasantly troubled by the idea of having a future, avoided her daughter's sidelong looks. As she expected, as life was like that, it didn't do any good. Denver ran a mighty interference in their new relationship, and on the third day, as they sat down to eat, flat out asked Paul D. the question that was burning on her lips.
How long you gonna hang around for, Paul D?
Denver, what's got into you?
Maybe I should make tracks, Sethe.
No.
Well, he knows what he needs.
Well, you don't. And you must not know what you need either. I don't want to hear another word out of you.
I just
Hush,
asked.
Denver. You go sit down somewhere.
I'm going.
I didn't train her like that. I'm as surprised by her manners as you are hurt by them.
Is there history to a question? Did she have to ask that or want to ask it of anybody else before me?
You as bad as she is.
Come on, Sethe.
Oh, I'm coming on. I am.
Jesus, all I did was sit down for supper and I got cussed out twice. Once for being here and once for asking why I was cussed in the first place.
She didn't cuss.
No, it felt like it.
Look here. I apologize for her. I'm real sorry.
You can't do that. You can't apologize for nobody. She got to do that. What I want to know is she asking a question that's on your mind, too?
No, Paul D., no.
And she's a one mind and you another. If you can call whatever's in her head a mind, that is.
Excuse me, but I can't hear a word against her. I'll chastise her. You leave her alone.
For a used-to-be slave woman to love anything that much was dangerous, Paul D. thought. The best thing was to love just a little bit. So when they broke its back or shoved it in a croaker sack, maybe you'd have a little love left over for the next one.
Why do you think you have to take up for her? Apologize for her? She grown.
Grown don't mean nothing to a mother. A child is a child. They get bigger or older, but grown, what's that supposed to mean? In my heart, it don't mean a thing.
It means she have to take it if she acts up. You can't protect her every minute. What's gonna happen when you die?
Nothing. I'll protect her while I'm alive, and I'll protect her when I ain't.
Oh, well, I'm through, I swear.
That's the way it is, Paul D. I can't explain it to you no better than that, but that's the way it is. And if I have to choose, well, it's not even a choice.
That's the point, the whole point. I'm not asking you to choose. Nobody would. I thought you could. There was some space for me.
She's asking me to choose. Denver.
You can't go by that, Sethe. You got to say it to her. Tell her it's not about choosing somebody over her. It's making space for somebody along with her. And if you say it and mean it, then you also got to know you can't gag me. There's no way I'm gonna hurt her. I'll take care of what she needs if I can. But I can't be told to keep my mouth shut if she acting ugly. You want me here? Don't put no gag on me.
Maybe I should leave things the way they are with Denver.
How are things?
We get along.
What about inside?
I don't go inside.
Seth, if I'm here with you, with Denver, you can go anywhere you want. Jump if you want to, 'cause I'll catch you before you fall. Now, I'm not saying this because I need a place to stay. I'm a walking man. But I've been heading in this direction for the last 7 years. When I got here and sat out there on the porch waiting for you, well, I knowed it wasn't the place I was heading toward. It was you. We can make a life, girl. A life.
I don't know.
Leave it to me. Just see how it goes, all right? You willing to leave it to me?
Well, some of it.
Some? Okay. Here's some. There's a carnival in town. Thursday tomorrow is for colors, and I got $2. Me, you, and Denver gonna spend every penny of it. What you say?
No, is what she said. At least, what she started out saying. But even when she said it, she was thinking how much her eyes enjoyed looking in his face. The sky, stripped of blue, was white hot at 11 in the morning. Sethe was badly dressed for the heat, but this being her first social outing in 18 years, she felt obliged to wear her one good dress, heavy as it was, and a hat. Certainly a hat. Paul D. and Denver fared better in the heat, as neither felt the occasion required special clothing. They were not holding hands, but their shadows were. Sethe looked to her left, and all three of them were gliding over the dust holding hands. Nobody noticed but Sethe, and she stopped looking after she decided it was a good sign.
Roll up! 2 pennies each. Pickaninnies go free.
You keep calling pickaninny.
Roll up!
Come on, Sethe, Denver. Let's go inside. I'm ready for the spectacle of white folks making a spectacle of themselves for my entertainment. Who wants candy?
That day, Paul D. made a few acquaintances and spoke to them about what work he might find. Sethe returned the smile she got. Denver was swaying with delight. And on the way home, although leading them now, the shadows of 3 people still held hands. A fully dressed woman walked out of the water. She barely gained the dry bank of the stream before she sat down and leaned against a mulberry tree. All day and all night she sat there. Everything hurt, but her lungs most of all. Sopping wet and breathing shallow, she spent those hours trying to negotiate the weight of her eyelids. The day breeze blew her dress dry. It took her the whole of the next morning to lift herself from the ground and make her way through the woods to the field and then to the yard of the slate-gray house. Exhausted again, she sat down on the first handy place, a stump not far from the steps of number 124. She had new skin, lineless and smooth, including the knuckles of her hands. When Sethe, Denver, and Paul D. rounded the curve in the road, all they saw was a black dress and 2 unlaced shoes below it.
Look. What is that?
The moment Sethe got close enough to see the woman's face, her bladder filled to capacity.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
Sethe ran around to the back of 124. She never made the outhouse. The water she voided was endless. There is no stopping water breaking from a breaking womb, and there was no stopping it now. Just about the time she started wondering if the carnival would accept another freak, it stopped. She tidied herself and ran around to the porch.
Haldy? Danver?
Inside here.
She was thirsty.
More?
She said she was thirsty. Mighty thirsty, look like.
That's her fourth cup. She drinking like she done crossed the desert.
Needs feeding. What you doing in them old lady clothes? Good lace, though. Rich woman's hat. I've never seen skin so smooth. Except for them 3 scratches on her forehead.
Never seen anything like it.
You from round here? These your shoes?
What might your name be?
Beloved.
Beloved? Using last name Beloved?
Less. No. B-E-L-O-V-E-D. Beloved.
Sethe was deeply touched by her sweet name, the memory of a glittering headstone it evoked, making her feel especially kindly toward her.
That's a pretty name. Beloved. Take off your hat, why don't you? And I'll make her something. We just got back from the carnival over near Cincinnati. Everything in there is something to see.
She's falling asleep.
Miss? Miss? You want to lay down a spell?
Well, come. Lean on me.
Lay her down in the keeping room, Denver.
Take your time. Your feet look too soft for walking.
In the keeping room, Beloved collapsed on Baby Suggs' bed. Denver removed her hat and put the quilt over her feet before tiptoeing out of the room.
Is she feverish, Denver? Could you tell?
No, she's cold.
Well, fever go from hot to cold.
Could have the cholera. All that water, sure sign.
She's not sick.
4 days Beloved slept, waking and sitting up only for water. Denver tended her, watched her sound sleep, listened to her labored breathing, and, out of love and a breakneck possessiveness that charged her, hid like a personal blemish Beloved's incontinence.
Beloved? Beloved? What is it?
Heavy. This place is heavy.
Well, would you like to sit up?
No.
Patience, something that Denver had never known, overtook her. She was a model of compassion, turning waspish, though, when Sethe tried to help. Sethe looked at her daughter and thought, yes, she has been lonesome, very lonesome. One day in the keeping room, Beloved's eyes flew wide open. Denver's heart raced. Deep down in those big black eyes were the whites that were blue-white. There was no expression at all.
Can I get you something?
That.
My piece of sweetbread? Here.
From that moment on, and through everything that followed, sugar could always be counted on to please Beloved.
You gonna feed her? From now on.
Denver likes her. She no real trouble. I thought we'd wait until her breath was better. She still sounds a little lumber to me.
Something funny about that gal.
Funny how?
Acts sick, sounds sick, but she don't look sick. Good skin, bright eyes, strong as a bull. Can't walk, but I seen her pick up that rocker with one hand.
You didn't.
Don't tell me, ask Denver. She was right there with her.
Denver? Come out here a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Paul D says you and him saw Beloved pick up that rocking chair single-handed. That so?
Long, heavy lashes made Denver's eyes seem busier than they were. Deceptive, even when she held a steady gaze, as she did now on Paul D.
No, I didn't see no such thing.
Under the challenge of Sethe's gaze, Paul D. frowned, but said nothing. If there had been an open latch between Paul D. and Denver, it would have closed at that moment. Denver had declared her loyalty, and it was not to him. Beloved could not take her eyes off Sethe. Stooping to shake the damper or snapping sticks for kindling, Sethe was licked, tasted, eaten by Beloved's eyes. Sethe was flattered by Beloved's open devotion. The company of this sweet if peculiar guest pleased her the way a zealot pleases his teacher. One dark, cool evening, Sethe cut a rutabaga into 4 pieces and left them stewing. Sat Denver at the table to sort a half-peck of peas, then sat herself down to rest.
Half of these pods empty, ma'am.
Shall to rest, then.
The heat of the stove made Sethe drowsy, and she was sliding into sleep when she felt Beloved touch her. A touch no heavier than a feather, but loaded with desire.
Where are your diamonds?
Diamonds? What I be doing with diamonds?
On your ears.
Wish I did. I had some crystal once. A present from the lady I worked for.
Tell me. Tell me your diamonds.
Storytelling became a way to feed Beloved. It amazed Sethe, because every mention of her past life hurt. Even with Paul D., who had shared some of it, the hurt was always there. But as she began telling about the earrings, she found herself wanting to, liking it.
That lady I worked for in Kentucky gave them to me when I got married. I guess she saw how bad I felt when I found out there wasn't going to be no ceremony and no preacher. I thought there should be something. I made up my mind to have at least a dress that wasn't a sacking I worked in. So I took to stealing fabric. Wound up with a dress like you wouldn't believe. Worst looking gown you could imagine. Looked like a haint peddling. I weren't but 14 years old, so I reckon that's why I was so proud of myself. Saturday afternoon it was. Next day, Mrs. Garner took me upstairs to her bedroom, opened up a wooden box, and took out a pair of crystal earrings. I want you to have these, Sethe. I never did put 'em on until I got away from the Garners and Sweet Home Plantation. One day, after I walked into this very house, Baby Suggs unknotted my underskirt and took 'em out. I sat right here by the stove with Denver in my arms, and she punched holes in my ears for me to wear 'em.
I never saw you in earrings. Where are they now?
Gone. Long gone.
Another day, as the 3 spread rain-soaked sheets in the kitchen and Sethe dried Denver's hair with a towel, Beloved was hungry for more stories.
Your woman? She never fix up your hair?
My woman?
She means your mother.
Well, if she did, I don't remember. I didn't see her but a few times out in the field and once when I was working indigo. One thing she did do, when I was a little girl, she picked me up and carried me behind the smokehouse. She opened up her dress front. Right on her rib was a circle and a cross burnt right in her skin. If something happened to me and you can't tell me by my face, you can know me by this mark. Scared me so. Yes, ma'am, I said. But how will you know me? Marked me too.
Did she?
She slapped my face.
Well, what for?
I didn't understand it then. Not till I got a mark of my own.
What happened to her?
Hung. By the time they cut her down, nobody could tell if she had a circle and a cross. I did look. It was a lot of them. Old woman told me about her after she died. She threw them all away but you, she told me. The ones from the crew, the others from all whites, threw them. Without names. Never put her arms around them except you, small girl Sethe, she said. She held you. Your woman made you sad? Enough now. Pass me the comb, Denver. Paul D be here in a minute.
Denver had noticed how greedy Beloved was to hear Sethe talk. Now she noticed something more. The question she asked. Tell me your diamonds? How did she know? The cabbage was all gone, and the shiny ankle bones of smoked pork were pushed in a heap on their plates. The pet-like adoration that took hold of Beloved as she looked at Sethe made Paul D. speak.
What was you looking for when you came here?
This place. I was looking for this place I could be in.
Somebody told you about this house?
She told me. When I was at the bridge, she told me.
Must be somebody from the old days, when this house was a way station for messages and those that sent them.
How'd you come? Who brought you? I asked you who brought you here.
I walked here. A long, 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 long way. Nobody bring me. Nobody help me.
You had new shoes. If you walk so long, why don't your shoes show it?
Paul D, stop picking on her.
I want to know.
I take the shoes. I take the dress. The shoestrings don't fit.
I'll teach you how to tie your shoes. Come to my room, I'll show you. Come on.
Paul D. had the feeling a large silver fish had slipped from his hands the minute he grabbed hold of its tail. This girl, Beloved, beat all, though he could not exactly say why, considering the colored people he had run into during the last 20 years. Before and after the Civil War, he had seen Negroes so stunned or hungry or tired or bereft, it was a wonder they recalled or said anything. Beloved was different.
What is it about her vex you so? We had one good fight about Denver. We need one about her, too?
I just don't understand what the whole is. It's clear why she hold on to you, but I can't see why you holding on to her.
But you care who holding on to who. Feeding her ain't a problem. I picks up extra from work at the restaurant is all, and she nice company for Denver. You know it, and I know you know it, so what is it? Got your teeth on edge.
I can't place it. It's a feeling in me.
Well, feel this, why don't you? Feel how it feels to have a bed to sleep in and somebody there not worrying you to death about what you got to do each day to deserve it. Feel how that feels. And if I don't get it, feel how it feels to be a colored woman roaming the roads with anything God made liable to jump on you. Feel that.
I know every bit of that, Sethe. I never mistreated a woman in my life.
That makes you one in the world.
Not two?
No, not two.
What Hallie ever do to you? Hallie married you, stood by you, he never left you.
Would he leave then if not me?
I don't know, but it wasn't you. That's a fact.
Then he did worse. He left his children.
You don't know that.
He weren't there. He wasn't where he said he would be.
He was there.
Then why didn't he show himself? Why'd I have to pack my babies off and stay behind to look for him?
He couldn't get out of the loft.
Loft? What loft?
The one over your head. In the barn.
He saw? He told you?
You told me.
What?
The day I came here. You said school teacher's nephew stole your milk and opened up your back with a whip before you run off from Sweet Home. I never knew what it was that messed him up. That was it, I guess. All I knew was that something broke him. Out of one of them years working Saturdays, Sundays, and a night time extra to buy baby Suggs free never touched him. But whatever he saw go on in that barn that day broke him like a twig.
He saw.
He saw. Must have.
He saw them boys do that to me and let them keep on breathing air. He saw. He saw. He saw.
A man ain't a goddamn axe. Chopping, hacking, busting every goddamn minute of the day. Things get done. Things he can't chop down because they're inside.
The underground agent said by Sunday. Sunday came and Hallie didn't. Monday came and no Hallie. I thought he dead, that's why. Then I thought they caught him, that's why. Then I thought, no, He not dead, 'cause if he was, I'd know it. Then you come here after all this time, and you didn't say that he was dead, so I thought, well, he just found him another, better way to live. 'Cause if he was anywhere near here, he come to baby Suggs, if not to me. But I never knew he saw.
It broke him, Sethe. You may as well know it all. Last time I saw him, he was sitting by the churn. He had butter all over his face.
What'd he say?
Nothing. Not a word.
You speak to him? Didn't you say anything to him? Something?
I couldn't, Sethe. I just couldn't.
Why?
I had a bit in my mouth.
Oh, Paul D.
I didn't plan on telling you that.
I didn't plan on hearing it.
I can't take it back. But I can leave it alone.
People I saw as a child who'd had to bed always look wild after that. But when I look at you, I don't see it. There ain't no wildness in your eyes nowhere.
There's a way to put it there, and there's a way to take it out. I know them both, and I haven't figured out yet which is worse.
You want to tell me about it?
It wasn't a bit.
What then?
The roosters. Walking past the roosters, looking at them, looking at me.
In that old pine tree at Sweet Home.
Must have been father of them perched up there. And Mister, he come down and perched on the tub.
He loved that tub.
Like a throne. It was me that took him out of his shell. He'd have died if it hadn't been for me. Ham walked right off and left his one egg. I tapped it open, and here come Mister. Bad feet and all. I watched that son of a bitch grow up and whoop everything in the yard. He sat there, on the tub, looking at me. I wasn't even thinking about the bit in my mouth. Just Hallie and what had become of the Sweet Home men. Mister, he looked so free. Better than me. Stronger. Mister was allowed to be and stay where he was. But I wasn't allowed to be and stay where I was. Even if you cooked him, you'd be cooking a rooster named Mister. But no way I'd be Paul D. again. Living or dead. School teacher changed me. I was something else. And that something else was less than a chicken sitting in the sun on a tub.
Sethe put her hand on Paul D.'s knee and rubbed. Her hands, soft and reassuring, stopped him. Just as well, he thought. He would keep the rest where it belonged, in that tobacco tin, buried in his chest where a red heart used to be, its lid rusted shut. He would not pry it loose now in front of this sweet, sturdy woman, for if she got a whiff of the contents, it would shame him. It would hurt her to know that beaten in the man she had taken into her home, there was no heart, red as Mister's comb. Beloved was dancing upstairs in Denver's room. A little two-step, make a new step, slide, and strut on down. Denver had never seen Beloved so happy. She had seen her pouty lips wide with pleasure of sugar, or some piece of news that Denver gave her. She had felt warm satisfaction radiating from Beloved's skin when she listened to Sethe talk about the old days.
Stop! You'll tire yourself out.
But gaiety she had never seen before.
Why are you looking at my neck?
No reason. Why you call yourself Beloved?
In the dark. My name is Beloved.
What's it like over there? Where you were before, can you tell me?
Dark. I'm small in that place. I'm all curled up. Like this here.
Were you cold?
Hot. Nothing to breathe down there, and no room to move in.
What did you come for?
To see her face.
Ma'am. Sethe's.
Yes. Sethe.
How you know about her diamonds?
I was in the water. I saw her diamonds down there. Could touch 'em.
What stopped you?
She left me behind. By myself.
You won't leave us, will you?
No. Never. This is where I am.
Don't tell her. Don't let Ma'am know who you are. Please, you hear?
Don't you never tell me what to do. She is the one. She is the one I need. You can go, but she is the one I have to have.
Don't go, please. You want me to tell you how Ma'am made me in a boat?
Yes. Tell me. Tell me her.
And so, Denver told Beloved about the white girl with thin arms but good hands, with hair enough for 5 heads, who birthed her in a boat on the Ohio River.
Boy or girl? Girl. We all better get out this old boat before it sinks entirely. Done wrapped her in my skirt, but I have to move on real soon. I don't see nothing amusing.
Patrol passes now. He see nothing but 2 lawless outlaws in a sinking boat, wrapping a 10-minute-old baby in rags.
Here, take her. You gonna tell her Miss Amy Denver brought her into this world. You better tell her.
Denver is pretty. Real pretty.
Sethe, too, knew that Beloved was hungry for the stories she told. She found the hurt in telling them had eased now that Paul D. and Beloved lived in her house. And so, on another day, she told the girls of the day she arrived at 124 Bluestone Road in Stampade's wagon, with 2-day-old baby Denver tied to her chest.
Got what of your own for you, baby.
Sethe, that you there? Staff, help me lift it out.
You in baby Suggs' hands now.
Where my children, baby Suggs? I want to see my children.
Can't let the young ones see you like this. Take a few more steps on those weary feet and go on inside.
You're home now, Sethe. Where you find us, Staff?
By the river, ragged as you see her there. Saw the signal, but couldn't get there for a while.
She here now. Nobody with her?
Nope, nobody else. Ha! Here!
Let's get you out of them clothes, Sethe. Nothing worth saving from the looks of them.
Something still knotted up in the petticoat. There.
Going away present?
Crystal earrings Mrs. Garner gave me. Wedding present.
It'd be nice if there was a groom to go with it. What you think happened to my Hallie?
I don't know. He weren't where he said to meet him at. He'll make it. If I made it, Hallie sure can.
Well, put those on. Maybe they'll light his way.
On other occasions, Sethe told the girls how her mother-in-law, Baby Suggs, a holy woman, called every black woman and child to the clearing cut deep in the woods to pray, cry, rejoice, laugh together. Late one afternoon, Sethe wrapped a shawl around her and led Beloved and Denver down a bright green corridor of oak and chestnut into what was left of Baby Suggs' clearing. This was the first time Sethe had returned since Baby Suggs' death. She knew that Baby Suggs' faith, her love, her imagination, and her great big old heart began to collapse 28 days after her arrival with Denver in her arms, and blamed herself for that collapse. In the center of the clearing, Sethe found Baby Suggs' old preaching rock.
What y'all doing watching from the trees? Baby Suggs used to preach from here. Come on over here, Denver. You too, Beloved. This where Baby used to rub my neck. Tell me to lay my troubles down.
Just the fingers, she thought. Just let me feel your fingers again on the back of my neck, Baby Suggs, and I will lay it all down. Sethe bent her head, and sure enough, they were there, light as a feather. Stronger now, harder, the fingers moved slowly toward her windpipe.
Ma'am!
Sethe was actually more surprised than frightened to find that she was being strangled.
Lily! You all right?
Somebody choked me. Grandma, baby, I reckon.
She wouldn't do that to you, ma'am.
Look, on your neck.
What is it? What you see?
There. Mark. And there.
Bruises on your neck.
Beloved leaned in, her cool, knowing fingers stroking Sethe's damp skin that felt like chamois and looked like taffeta. Beloved watched the work her thumbs were doing and leaned over and kissed the tenderness under Sethe's chin.
Bruises here. Here. And here.
They stayed that way for a while because neither Sethe nor Denver knew how not to. Then Sethe grabbed Beloved's hair.
Stop that. You're too old for that. Come on. Up, up. Time to get back home. Things to do. It's getting chilly.
Rushing home through the green corridor, she thought about the dinner she wanted to prepare for Paul D. Something to launch her newer, stronger life with a tender man. She rushed on ahead.
Summer must be over. You having a bath in my kitchen?
Come on in the water.
Girl's right behind me.
I don't hear nobody.
I gotta cook, Paul D.
Right now you don't.
Beloved entered the house, and they ought to have heard her tread, but they didn't. Beloved heard them as soon as the door banged shut behind her. She took a step and felt like crying. Now, even in the daylight, the time with Sethe that Beloved counted on was being reduced by Sethe's willingness to pay attention to him. Him who kept her hidden at night behind doors. Him who had hold of her whispering behind the stairs. Beloved turned around and left. The beginning was so simple. One day after supper, Paul D. sat in the rocker by the stove, bone-tired, river-whipped, and fell asleep. He woke to Sethe's footsteps coming down the white stairs to make breakfast.
There you are. I thought you went out somewhere.
Don't tell me I slept in the chair the whole night.
Me? I don't want to say a word to you.
Why didn't you rouse me?
I did. Called you 2 or 3 times, gave it up around midnight, and I thought you went out somewhere. My back stiff after sitting there all night.
He stood, expecting his back to fight it, but it didn't.
Nope. Not a creak or a stiff joint anywhere. Looks like the chair is a good sleep place. Where are you going?
To make breakfast.
Come back upstairs.
Oh, D.
It's still early.
The next evening, he did it again, and again. Then one evening, after lying with Sethe, he came downstairs and sat in the rocker, and didn't want to be there either.
This way you sleeping now, Paul D? In the keeping room in Baby Suggs' old bed?
You mind?
Might be better. With the girls in the house and us not properly married.
I'm not leaving.
Never said you were.
Paul D. knew this was nothing to do with Sethe. If anything, the lid on the rusted tobacco tin in his chest had lifted slightly. He loved her a little bit more each day. He moved to the storeroom. One day after supper, after Sethe, he lay on a pallet in the storeroom and didn't want to be there. It was in the cold house, separated from the main part of 124, curled up on 2 croaker sacks full of sweet potatoes, staring at the side of a lard can, that he realized the moving was involuntary. He wasn't being nervous. He was being prevented. So he turned his back to the door and waited. She came, and he wanted to knock her down.
What you want in here? What you want?
I want you to touch me on the inside part and call me my name.
Paul D. knew he would be lost if he trembled like Lot's wife and felt the need to see the nature of the sin behind him.
When good people take you in and treat you good, you ought to try to be good back. Sethe loves you much as her own daughter. You know that.
As long as his eyes were locked on the silver of the lard can, he was safe.
She don't love me like I love her. I don't love nobody but her.
Then what you come in here for?
I want you to touch me on the inside part.
Go on back to that house and get to bed.
You have to touch me. And you have to call me my name. Call me my name.
No.
Please call it. I'll go if you call it.
Beloved?
He said it, but she did not go. She came closer, with a footfall he did not hear. And he didn't hear the whisper that the flakes of rust made either, as they fell away from the seams of the tobacco tin in his chest when he reached that inside part.
Red hot. Red hot. Red hot. Red hot.
So when the lid gave, he didn't know it.
Hot. Red hot. Red hot.
His shouts woke Denver, and then Paul D. himself.
Beloved, by Toni Morrison, is narrated by Adjua Ando. Sethe is played by Nadine Marshall. Denver by Pippa Bennett Warner. Paul D. by Danny Sapani. And Beloved by Gugu Mbata Raw. Stampede is played by Richard Pepple. Baby Suggs by Alib Parsons. Amy, Rebecca Hamilton. And The Barker by Brian Prothero. The music is composed by John Nichols. Beloved is adapted by Patricia Kumper, and the director is Sasha Yevtushenko.
Sethe told her daughter Denver that Beloved, their visitor who had arrived and then stayed at 124 Bluestone Road, had probably been locked up by some white man for his own purposes and never let out the door. Sethe thought that explained Beloved's behavior around Paul D., whom she hated so. Denver neither believed or commented on her mother's speculation. Paul D. felt shame that he had been moved out of Sethe's house to sleep in the cold house by Beloved. Though he could not command his feet, he thought he could still talk, and made up his mind to break out that way.
Well, this is not the... A man can't see, but... listen here.
He waited in the alley behind Sawyer's restaurant to catch her as she came from work, rehearsing his words.
Old Garner said, what I mean is, it ain't the kind of weakness I can fight, 'cause something is happening to me, and that girl is doing it. Fixing me, Sethe. She fixed me, and I can't break it.
Paul D? What you doing here?
Come see you.
Man, you made me feel like a girl. Come by to pick me up after work. Nobody never did that before. Well, you better watch out. I might start looking forward to it. You got up early or what?
I took off early.
Anything the matter?
Ain't no way of speaking.
Oh, not cut back.
No. They got plenty of work. I just, Sethe, You won't like what I'm about to say.
Another woman might have shot him a look of apprehension, pleading, anger even, because what he said sure sounded like part one of Goodbye, I'm Gone. Sethe looked at him steadily, calmly, already ready to accept, release, or excuse an in need or trouble man.
Well, say it, Paul D., whether I like it or not.
I want you pregnant, Sethe. Would you do that for me?
You came by here to ask me that. You one crazy-headed man. You right. I don't like it. Don't you think I'm too old to start that all over again?
Think about it.
Half an hour later, when they had walked to the city's edge, Sethe and Paul D. began catching and snatching each other's fingers, sneaking quick pats on the behind. Down came the dry flakes of snow. It always surprised Paul D. how quiet it was. Not like rain, but like a secret.
Run.
You run. I've been on my feet all day.
Where I been? Sitting down? Come on.
Stop! Stop! I don't have the legs for this.
Give them to me.
You need using, baby. Somebody play with in the snow.
I sure would like to give it a try. Need a willing partner, though.
I'll say. Very, very willing.
Come on. I'll carry you.
Paul D. hoisted her on his back and ran down the road past the brown fields, turning white. Floating ahead of them, barely visible in the drifting snow, was a figure.
Let me down.
The same figure that had been meeting Sethe for 4 months.
Beloved? That you?
Brought you a shawl. In case you was cold.
No. Wrap that shawl around yourself, not me. You got to learn more sense than that coming out without even a scarf. Come on, John. Let's go inside. What you standing there for, Paul D.?
Trailing a yard or so behind the women, Paul D. fought the anger that shot through his stomach. When he saw Denver silhouetted in the lamplight at the window, he could not help thinking, and whose ally are you? That night over dinner, it was Sethe who solved everything with one blow.
Now, I know you're not sleeping out there in the cold room tonight, are you, Paul D.? You come upstairs, where you belong, and stay there.
I sure will.
The threads of malice creeping toward Paul D. from beloved's side of the table were held harmless in the warmth of Sethe's smile.
Now?
Now. Girls, be sure to wash the dishes.
Denver finished washing the dishes and came to sit at the table where Beloved sat, sucking her forefinger.
She likes him here.
Make him go away.
She might be mad at you if he leaves. What you looking for in your mouth?
This. Look.
Oh, didn't that hurt you? Must be a wisdom tooth. Don't it hurt?
Yes.
Then why don't you cry?
And she did. Sitting there holding a small white tooth in the palm of her smooth hand. With the tip of her tongue, she touched the salt water that slid to the corner of her mouth. Sethe and Paul D. upstairs, united, did not hear a sound. But below them, outside, all around 124, the snow went on and on and on, piling itself, burying itself, higher, deeper.
Them hogs sure know how to make noise.
They know they going to slaughter. Come out here to get away from crying in the chute like that.
Only decent shelter for a man to rest a while. This old shit. I got something I want to show you, Paul D. Something I think you needs to see.
Stampede had made up his mind to show him a piece of paper, newspaper, with a picture drawing of a woman who favored Sethe. He smoothed the scrap of paper on his knee.
Who you say that is?
Sethe. That's Sethe.
I don't know, man. Don't look like it to me. I know Sethe's mouth, and this ain't it. No. To that picture, to whatever it says, no.
But
no way in hell a black face appear in a newspaper if the story was anything anybody wanted to hear. I know her mouth, and that ain't it.
Stamp understood how long a road he would need to travel to make Paul D. believe what he had decided to tell him. So he began by telling him about the trouble caused by 2 buckets full of blackberries that tasted so good that eating them was like being in church.
What you got in them buckets, Stan?
know a place down by the river's edge where the blackberries grow. Got me 2 buckets full.
You done shredded your clothes, cut your hands, raised marks on your face and neck in the process. Sethe, come look at this blackberry gathering man.
Bet you'd like one, little girl.
Stan! Delta can't eat that.
She too little for that, Stan. Sickify her stomach.
Look like she want another one of me.
They sure do taste fine. Try one, baby Suds.
Let's ought to do something worthy of the labor and love Stamp put into picking them.
Chicken's all eaten and they're waiting on the turkeys now.
You think 4 pies enough, Sethe? Looks like everyone in the neighborhood here, if they ain't, be fixing to come.
You seen Stan? Stan? Where that man when I need him? Stan!
He in the yard cleaning all the catfish he caught. Said Perch was just jumping into his boat, they were so plentiful.
I best get one of the neighbor men to help me then. The wagon done brought the ice from Cincinnati, and I need help putting the strawberry shrub to cool. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Folks just keep on coming.
And they're hungry, too. I always had it in my mind that I would have a celebration when Hallie arrived. When you arrived all mashed up and split open with another grandchild in your arms, that whoop moved closer to the front of my brain. But when Stamp arrived all torn and whipped by them blackberries, that's when I made up my mind we should celebrate.
Those buckets of blackberries grew to a feast for 90 people. 124 shook with voices far into the night. 90 people ate so well and laughed so much, it done made them angry. Too much, they thought. Where does she get it all, baby Suggs? Why is she and hers always the center of things? Next morning, they swallowed baking soda to calm the violence caused by the bounty and whispered to each other about fat rats and doom.
You hungry, Stan?
You're making, I'm eating.
Sethe?
Too early to think about food. Not after last night.
Sure was something.
Sure was.
What's that?
Baby?
Something's in the air.
Later, working in the garden with Sethe, chopping at the tight soil over the roots of the pepper plants, Baby thought she smelled it again.
Where the children, Sethe?
Stamp keeping an eye on the boys. He done chopped enough wood to near enough fill the shed already. Girls inside. Why you ask?
Baby Suggs stood in her garden, resting on the handle of her hoe, sniffing the air around her. She knowed that nobody prayed for her, but this feeling was new. It wasn't white folk, so it must be colored ones. And then she knew.
They's angry. Friends and neighbors. Angry because I overstepped. Done give too much. Offended them by my excess. Perhaps they're right.
Suddenly, Baby Suggs stood real still. Behind the disapproving odor, way back behind, she was smelling another thing. Dark and coming. Something she couldn't get at before because the other odor hid it.
Stamp? Stamp, you feel that?
Yeah, I feel nothing but this axe in my hand.
Something ain't right. Can't say exactly what.
Yesterday's celebration done wore you out is all.
Perhaps you right.
I know I is.
Nothing left to hurt me now. News of Hallie's death matter, but I have my daughter-in-law and Hallie's children with me.
That's a lot to be grateful for.
Indeed it is. Worked out fine. Just fine.
Fine, that is, until she got proud and let herself be overwhelmed and have a celebration of blackberries that put Christmas to shame. Until she stood in the garden under a blue and clear sky, amidst the definite green of the leaves, hearing birds in the stream way down in the meadows, and smelt disapproval and felt a dark and coming thing.
That ain't Sethe's mouth, Stamp. I know her mouth, and the mouth of the woman in that picture ain't it.
Stamp paid, took a breath, smoothed the paper on his knee once more, leaned toward the mouth that was not Sethe's, and slowly read out the words Paul D. couldn't.
A Negro child's throat, cut from ear to ear by its mother.
It ain't her.
Stamp paid, looked into Paul D.'s eyes, and the sweet conviction in them almost made him wonder if it had happened at all. 18 years ago, while he and baby Suggs were looking the wrong way, a pretty little slave girl had recognized school teacher's hat coming up the road and split to the woodshed to kill her children. Paul D. looked at the drawing of the woman that looked like Sethe on the scrap of newspaper Stamp paid had smoothed out on his knee.
I'm sorry, Stamp. It's a mistake somewhere, 'cause that ain't her mouth.
The sweet conviction in Paul D.'s eyes made Stamp doubt for a moment what the headline said was true. A Negro child's throat cut from ear to ear by its mother.
We were both there. Baby Suggs and I. Day after the party. But we were looking the wrong way. Sethe saw him first.
There's no way Sethe did that.
I was there.
When the 4 horsemen came, the schoolteacher, one nephew, one slave catcher, and a sheriff, the house on Bluestone Road was so quiet they thought they were too late. The nephew came back from peeping around the side of the house.
Where they at, boy?
Round back.
You and I go round this way. Sheriff, you go that way round. Let's go.
One man stayed in the saddle, his rifle ready, because likely as not the fugitive would make a dash for it. One man had to keep back a pace, leave the tie-in to another. Otherwise you end up killing what you were paid to bring back alive. Unlike a snake or a bear, a dead Negro could not be skinned for profit and was not worth his own dead weight in coin.
Where they at, old man? What you staring at? They over there?
The schoolteacher was looking at a crazy old Negro standing next to the woodpile. 12 yards beyond was another one, a woman. Crazy too, probably.
In the shed. They in the shed. Come on.
Inside, 2 boys bled in the sawdust and dirt at the feet of a Negro woman, holding a blood-soaked child to her chest with one hand and an infant by the heels in another.
Stop! Stop that. Put that baby down. Damn it.
What you doing, Uncle?
The woman did not look at the man. She simply swung the baby toward the wall planks, missed, and tried to connect a second time.
Sethe! No! No more! Give it to me.
Right off, it was clear to schoolteacher especially that there was nothing to claim.
Oh, hell. All this way for nothing. Yeah, see what happens when y'all don't listen. Told that brother of yours what would happen when he overbeat her. Made her cut and run.
The 3, now 4 picking in as they had hoped were alive and well enough to take back, were not. 2 were lying open-eyed in the sawdust. A 3rd pumped blood down the dress of the main one they had come for, Sethe, the one who made fine ink, damn good soup, and had 10 good breeding years left.
What you shaking for, boy? You and your brother man enough to hold her down and nurse from her before she ran off. What you shaking for now?
What she want to go and do that for? On account of a beating? I've been beat 1,000,000 times. No way I could.
Come on, boy. We better get back to Sweet Home. Damnedest bunch of coons I ever seen.
Schoolteacher and the nephew Didn't look at baby Suggs, who stood stock still among the pepper plants. Didn't look at the 7 or so faces that edged closer to see what had happened in the woodshed, in spite of the schoolteacher's rifle warning. Enough Negro eyes for now. Little Negro eyes open in sawdust. Little girl eyes staring between the wet fingers that held her face so her head wouldn't fall off. Little baby eyes crinkling up to cry in the arms of the old Negro, whose own eyes were nothing but slivers looking down at his feet. Worst of all were the eyes of the woman who looked like she didn't have any, as the whites in them had disappeared. And since they were as black as her skin, she looked blind.
Sethe! Sethe! What have you done, child? Hush, Stanley. Hush now, baby. Old Stamp gonna look at you. Hush now.
Stamp?
Oh, baby. Sethe done try to kill them all.
Baby Suggs noticed who breathed and who did not, and went straight to the boys lying in the dirt.
Lie still, Howard. We gonna bind that wound for you. You too, Bugler. Just lie quiet. I beg your pardon. Beg your pardon.
Sethe, you take my arm load and give me yours. You're crawling already, girl's dead, Sethe. You hold on to living. You hold on to Denver.
Neither Stampede nor baby Suggs could make Sethe put her crawling already girl down. Out in the shed, back in the house, she held on. After tending to the boys, baby Suggs turned her attention to Sethe. Picking up the crying baby, she carried her on her shoulder for a full 2 minutes, then stood in front of its mother.
It's time to nurse your youngest, Sethe.
Sethe reached up for the baby without letting the dead one go.
One at a time.
Trading the living for the dead, baby Suggs carried the crawling already girl into the keeping room. Denver took her mother's milk right along with her sister's blood, and that's the way they were when the sheriff returned, having commandeered a neighbor's cart to take Sethe to jail. Outside, a throng of black faces stopped murmuring. Holding the living child, Sethe walked past them and climbed into the cart, her profile knife clean against a cheery blue sky. Was her head a bit too high? Her back a little too straight? Perhaps. Otherwise the singing would have begun at once. A cape to wrap around her to steady her on her way. As it was, they waited until the cart headed west to town. And then, no words. Humming. No words at all.
How were we to know, Paul D? Baby had a listening way about her that morning, but she kept looking down past the corner to the streams, so that's where I looked too. And all the while, school teacher was coming down the road. No one ran on ahead, nobody's son cut across the field to tell us, because of the night before. They was exhausted from the party. Maybe they wanted to know if baby really was special.
Stan. No way in hell. You forgetting I knew her before, when she was a girl. I didn't just make her acquaintance a few months back. I can tell you for sure, this ain't Sethe. You ain't talking about Sethe.
Stamp gave you this?
Sure did. I told him. That's not her mouth. Sethe?
It was 18 years ago, Paul D. I don't have to tell you about Sweet Home, what it was. Or maybe you don't know what it was like for me here.
Sethe was spinning round and round the kitchen, past the jelly cupboard, past the window, past the sideboard, past the keeping room door. Paul D. sat at the table watching her drift into view, then disappear behind his back. It made him dizzy. At first he thought it was her spinning. Then she came to sit in front of him, the lower half of her face covered by her palms.
She was crawling already when I got here. 1 week less, and the baby who was sitting up and turning over when I put her on the wagon was crawling already.
Perhaps it was the smile, or the ever-ready love she saw in his eyes that made her go ahead and tell him what she had not told baby Suggs, the only other person she felt obliged to explain anything to.
I did it. I got us all out, without Hallie, too. Up till then, it was the only thing I did on my own, decided, and it came off right. We were here, each and every one of my babies, and me too. I was big, Paul D., deep and wide, and when I stretched out my arms, all my children could get in between. Maybe I couldn't love them proper in Kentucky because they weren't mine to love. But when I jumped down off of that wagon outside this house, there was nobody in the world I couldn't love if I wanted to.
Sethe?
I couldn't let them all go back to live on the school teacher's sweet home. That was out.
Sethe.
I was squatting in the garden when I saw them coming. When I recognized school teacher's hat, I heard wings. Little hummingbirds stuck their beaks right through my headcloth into my hair and beat their wings. And if I thought anything, it was no. I collected every bit of life I'd made and took them over there where no one would hurt them.
Oh, girl.
I stopped him. I stopped school teacher and put my babies where they'd be safe.
It occurred to Paul D. that what Sethe wanted for her children was exactly what was missing in 124. Safety. He thought he had made it safe, had gotten rid of the danger running off the place. And because Sethe had not run it off before he got there her own self, he thought it was because she didn't want to do it. He was wrong. Suddenly he saw what Stampede wanted him to see, and it scared him.
Your love is too thick.
Love is, or it ain't. Then love ain't love at all.
Yeah. Didn't work, did it? Did it work?
It worked.
How? Your boy's gone, you don't know where. One girl dead, the other won't leave the yard.
They ain't at Sweet Home. School teacher ain't got him.
Maybe there's worse.
It ain't my job to know what's worse. It's my job to know what is. And to keep them away from what I know is terrible. I did that.
What you did was wrong, Sethe.
I should have gone back there. Took my babies back to Sweet Home.
There could have been a way. Some other way.
What way?
You got 2 feet, Sethe. Not 4.
And right then, a forest sprang up between them, trackless and quiet. Paul D. did not put his hat on right away. First, he fingered it, deciding how his going would be, how to make an exit, not an escape. It was important not to leave without looking. Sethe was there all right, standing straight as a line with her back to him. He didn't rush to the door.
I'd best put my supper aside, Sethe. I may be a little late getting back.
Only then did he put on his hat.
He must think I can't bear to hear him say it. After telling me how many feet I have, that his goodbye would break me to pieces. Ain't that sweet? So long, Paul D. So long.
After the departure of Paul D. from 124 Bluestone Road, Sethe made up her mind to take the advice she had been given by her mother-in-law, Baby Suggs, to lay it all down, sword and shield. Not just acknowledge the advice, but take it. As she scrubbed the floor, Denver trailing behind her with a drying rag, Sethe got to thinking.
Remember to dry the corners, Denver.
When's Beloved's turn to dry, ma'am?
You know what to do. She don't.
28 happy days of having women friends, her children together, being part of a neighborhood had been followed by 18 years of disapproval and a solitary life. Then, a few months of the sun-splashed life that the shadows holding hands on the road promised her. Tentative greeting from other colored people in Paul D.'s company. A bed life for herself. Every bit of it had disappeared. Was that the pattern? Every 18 or 20 years, her unlivable life would be interrupted in this way?
What these do?
Skates. Those are skates.
What they do?
I can show you.
Go hang out that rag, Denver. We both gonna show Beloved what skates do.
Now?
Right now. Grandma Suggs told me to lay it all down. That's what I intend to do. You go bring all the shawls you can lay your hands on, Denver. I know we got more skates somewhere. Beloved, you come help me look.
Anybody feeling sorry for her, anybody wandering by to peep in and see how she was getting on, including Paul D., would discover that the woman junk-heaped for the third time because she loved her children. That woman was sailing happily on a frozen creek. Nobody saw them falling.
Hold Denver's hand, Beloved. You'll fall otherwise.
You try, ma'am. Come on.
No. You girls skate. You only got a pair and a half.
Skate with me.
You think I can? Pass me one of those skates, Denver.
Each seemed to be helping the other to stay upright, yet each tumble doubled their delight. Their skirts flew like wings, and their skin turned pewter in the cold and dying light. Nobody saw them falling.
Shoes and stockings on. Denver, that fire needs feeding. Beloved, go get us some dry stockings.
I'll get the quilts.
And blankets for my beds.
Gonna warm us up some milk.
With cane sugar?
Yes.
And vanilla.
Wrapped in quilts and blankets before the kitchen stove, they drank, wiped their noses, and drank again.
We could roast some taters.
Tomorrow. Time to sleep now.
You finished with your eyes?
Yes. I'm finished with my eyes. Drink up. Time for bed.
Oh, not yet. It's so warm here.
We stay here.
When the click came, Sethe didn't know what it was.
Johnny, sweet William, bend down low.
That song you singing, Beloved. I made that song up.
The click. The settling of pieces into places designed and specially made for them. Sethe simply turned her head and looked at Beloved's profile.
I made it up and sang it to my children. Nobody know that song but me and my children.
I know it.
The click had clicked. Things were where they ought to be, or poised and ready to glide in. Sethe brought pillows from the keeping room for the sleeping girls' heads, instructed them to keep the fire. With that, she gathered her blanket around her elbows and ascended the lily-white stairs like a bride. Outside, snow solidified itself into graceful forms. The peace of winter stars seemed permanent. The house at 124 was loud. Stamp paid, who believed that the indecipherable language clamoring around the house was the mumbling of the black and angry dead, thought that he could hear it even from the road. Ever since he showed that newspaper clipping to Paul D. and learned that he had moved out of 124 that very day, Stamp felt uneasy. It was only after the revelation in the pig yard that Stamp considered Sethe's feelings in the matter. Maybe he should have left it alone. Maybe he was not the high-minded soldier of Christ he thought he was, but an ordinary plain meddler. That morning, Stamp paid, raised his fist to knock on the door he had never knocked on before because it was always open to him, and could not do it. Over and over again he tried it, spirit willing, flesh weak. So Stamp stood outside the neighbor's door instead.
Stamp? Come in! Where you been keeping yourself? Now, I told my husband, must be cold if Stamp stay inside.
Oh, I've been out. Was over next door at 124 this morning.
What you want in there? Somebody invite you in?
That's baby's Kenella. I don't need no invite to look after her people. Somebody new in there. A woman. Thought you might know who she is.
Might see anything at all at 124.
True.
Better ask Paul D.
Can't locate him.
He's sleeping in the Church of the Holy Redeemer. Ask the Reverend if he could stay in the cellar.
It's cold as charity in there. What do you do that for? Any number will take him in.
Can't nobody read minds long distance. All he have to do is ask somebody.
It's her, ain't it?
Her who?
Sethe. He took up with her and stayed in there, and you don't want nothing to do.
Hold on. Don't jump if you can't see the bottom.
Girl, give it up. We've been friends too long to act like this.
Well, who can tell what all went on in there? I don't know who Sethe is, or none of her people. All I know is she married Baby Suggs' boy.
You always friends.
I ain't got no friends take a handsaw to their own children.
You in deep water, girl.
I'm on dry land, and I'm gonna stay there. What run Paul D off? Tell me that.
I'll run him off. I told him, I showed him the newspaper about what Sethe did. I read it to him. He left that very day. He didn't know nothing except her from when they were at that place, Sweet Home. He knew Baby Suggs, knew a boy, Hallie, too.
I thought that...
Looked like Paul D might have a place to stay after all.
You didn't come here asking about him. You came asking about some new girl. Well, Paul D must know who she is, or what she is. Why don't you ask him?
Your mind is loaded with spirits. Everywhere you look, you're gonna see one.
You know as well as I do that people who die bad don't stay in the ground.
Stamp set out to find Paul D. and found him on the steps of the Holy Redeemer, holding his wrist between his knees and looking red-eyed.
I come looking for you to ask your pardon, Paul D.
And to ask him something else, too, about that girl living with Sethe and Denver at 124. Sethe woke to a snow-bright morning cold enough to see her breath. She was eager to unravel the proof for the conclusion she had already leapt to, fondle the day and circumstances of beloved's arrival. For the first time, she was going to be late for work.
Back still?
Yeah.
Sleeping on the floor is supposed to be good for you.
It hurts like the devil.
Could be that fall you took.
That was fun. Should I wake beloved?
No, let her rest. Let the room warm up a little.
Well, she likes to see you off in the morning.
I'll make sure she does. Whatever's going on outside that door ain't for us. Our world is in this room. It's all there needs to be.
When Sethe wrapped her head and bundled up to go into town, it was already mid-morning. And when she left the house, she neither saw Stampade's prints in the snow, nor heard the voices that ringed 124 like a noose.
You're late. Where you been? You got no business being late.
Don't talk to me, Mr. Sawyer. Don't say nothing to me this morning.
What? You talking back to me?
I'm telling you, don't say nothing to me.
You better get them pies made. Not too sweet. You make it too sweet, they don't eat it.
The way I always do.
Yeah, too sweet.
Always sold, ain't they?
You talking back again? Get to work.
All day, Sethe wondered how she could hurry time along and get to the no time waiting for her at home. That evening, Wrapped tight and hunched up against the cold, her mind was busy with things she could now forget as she walked home. She hadn't cared about the measuring string that schoolteacher brought to Sweet Home. He wrapped that thing all over her head, across her nose, around her behind. She thought he was a fool, until she heard him tell his pupil, No, that's not the way. Write her human characteristics on the left and put her animal ones on the right. One more curve in the road, and Sethe could see her chimney. It wasn't lonely looking anymore. She opened the door, walked in, and locked it tight behind her. The women inside were free at last to be what they liked. Mixed in with the voices surrounding the house were the thoughts of the women of 124. Unspeakable thoughts, unspoken.
Tell me the truth. Didn't you come from the other side?
Yes, I was on the other side.
You came back cause of me?
Yes.
You never forgot me.
Your face is mine.
Do you forgive me? Will you stay? You're safe here now.
Where are the men without skins?
Out there, way off.
Can they get in here?
No. They tried that once, but I stopped them. They won't ever come back.
Where are your earrings?
They took them from me.
The men without skins took your earrings?
Yes.
I was going to help you, but the clouds got in the way.
There are no clouds here, beloved. You're back. You're back.
We played by the creek.
I was there in the water.
When I needed you, you came to be with me. My sister.
I needed her face to smile.
She said you wouldn't hurt me.
She hurt me.
I will protect you.
I want her face.
Don't love her too much.
I am loving her too much.
You are my beloved.
Why did you leave me? Who am you?
I will never leave you again.
Don't ever leave me again.
You will never leave me again.
I loved you.
You hurt me.
You came back to me.
I waited for you.
You are mine.
You are mine.
I couldn't lay down nowhere in peace back when I first came out of prison and returned to this house. Now I can. Now the door is locked. I can sleep like the drowned have mercy. She come back to me, my daughter, and she is mine.
At first, Sethe and her daughters played together. They ice skated under the stars and drank sweet milk from the stove. Denver had joined in the play, holding back a bit out of habit, even though it was the most fun she had ever known.
Ow!
Sit still, beloved.
Why don't you braid my hair for a while, ma'am?
Not now, Denver. Pass me the oil. Beloved's hair got to look just right.
When the weather broke, Denver found Sethe and Beloved kneeling in the garden on soil too hard to chop.
What are you two doing out here? It's too cold to be outside.
Garden.
It's too early to think about...
Gonna put peas here, and a roll corn, strawberries, all along here. Flowers, too. Sweet William. Beloved wants flowers.
Well, come inside, please, ma'am. Please?
The $38 of Sethe's life savings went to feed themselves with fancy food and decorate themselves with ribbons and dress goods.
Denver?
Yes, ma'am?
Beloved? Come look what I bought in town. This one's for you, Denver. Blue stripe. And for you, beloved, so pretty, with new dresses. Now, where I put my needles? Denver, you see my scissors?
Who's the yellow ribbon for?
Beloved.
Will you sew some of this lace on my dress?
Perhaps. I bought it for beloved.
Sethe took to going to work later and later each day until the predictable happened. Instead of looking for another job, Sethe played all the harder with Beloved. She paid attention to everything about Beloved. Her lineless palms, her forehead, the smile under her jaw, everything except her basket-fat stomach.
Howdy, Paul D.
Howdy, Stamp.
It was a tiny church, no bigger than a rich man's parlor. Stamp paid, found Paul D. sitting on the porch steps, getting additional warmth from the bottle of liquor jammed in his coat pocket.
I can't read. You got any more newspaper for me? Just a waste of time, Stamp.
Nope. Here's something else. Something else.
The two men sat in silence for a few moments. The tobacco tin in Paul D.'s chest, blown open now, spilled contents that floated freely and made him their play and prey.
Sitting on his own, a man gets to remembering, Stamp. Remembering school teacher for one. I used to think he broke to children, them the old man Garner raised as men. Now I wonder how much difference there really was between them.
Best not dwell on such things, Paul D.
Last time I saw Sethe at Sweet Home, I would never in hell or on this earth have thought after the cowhide and with a swollen belly that she would cut and run anyway. But she did. Raised Denver all by herself. Even took me in. For a while. What will you want with me, Stamp? If you have any more news, I don't want to hear it.
I'll come looking for you to ask your pardon.
For what?
You pick any house where colored live, in all of Cincinnati. Pick anyone you welcome to stay there. I'm apologizing because they didn't offer or tell you. You ain't got to sleep in no cellar, and I apologize for each and every night you did.
Whoa, Stamp. They offered. I just wanted to be off by myself a spell.
That's a load off. I thought everybody gone crazy.
Ain't you that done the harm.
Paul D. tossed the bottle on the ground and stared at the golden chariot on its label.
I said I had two things to say there. I only told you one. I have to tell you the other.
I don't want to know it. I don't want to know nothing.
I was there, Paul D. There in the yard when Sethe did it. It ain't what you think. She ain't crazy. She loves those children. She was just trying to out-hurt the herders.
I knew her when she was a girl. She scares me, and I knew her when she was a girl.
You ain't scared of Sethe. I don't believe.
Sethe scares me. I scare me. And that girl in her house scares me the most.
So, you saw her too, huh? Who is that girl? Where'd she come from?
I don't know. She just shot up one day, sitting on a stump.
Look like you and me the only ones outside 124 lay eyes on her.
She don't go nowhere. Where do you see her?
Sleeping on the kitchen floor. I peeped in.
First day I saw her, I didn't want to be nowhere around her. Something funny about her. Talks funny. Acts funny.
How long she been over there with Sethe?
Last August. Days of the carnival. When we got back, there she was. Asleep on the stump. Silk dress. Brand new shoes. Black as oil.
Is it she what run you off, Paul D? Not what I told you about Sethe.
A shudder ran through Paul D. A bone-cold spasm that made him clutch his knees. He didn't know if it was bad whiskey, pig fever, irons, fired feet, laughing dead man, rain, apple blossom, neck jewelry, ghost white stairs, choke cherry trees, cameo pins, or the loss of a red, red heart.
Tell me something, Stamp. Tell me this one thing. How much is a man supposed to take? Tell me. How much?
All he can. All he can.
Why? 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 Why?
Once Sethe saw the scar, the little curved shadow of a smile in the coochie-coochie-coo place under Beloved's chin, fingered it, and closed her eyes for a long time. She cut Denver out of the games they played. Beloved, who was getting bigger and plumper every day, made demands, invented desire. She slammed things, spilt salt, broke a window pane.
Where, Beloved?
Sleeping.
You should get some rest too, ma'am.
I don't need no rest.
That dress sagging on you, ma'am.
All my dresses be sagging on me. It don't matter.
But your hands, flesh between your thumb and first finger, thin as silk.
Beloved be awake soon. I got to make her something to eat.
Ain't nothing left but them two laying hands. You done given her everything else we had to eat.
Then, the arguments began.
You left me behind. I never did. You not nice to me. Now smile at me. We have same face. Why you not smile?
We'd all be together on the other side. I planned it, beloved. I've never meant to leave you alone.
The ones without skins laid on top of me in the dark.
Forgive me.
No, you left me.
Forgive me.
No.
Leave Ma'am alone, beloved. Don't, Denver. She don't mean it. Ain't that right, beloved? She did. She did mean it.
Little by little, it dawned on Denver that if Sethe didn't wake up one morning and pick up a knife, Beloved might. Then one day Sethe spit up something that she had not eaten, and it rocked Denver like a gunshot.
Blood? Hush, Denver. Beloved might hear. It's nothing.
I can't do this on my own, ma'am. Look after you and beloved too. No. I can't do it no more.
A dozen years had passed since Denver had visited Lady Jones, but as she walked, she found that the way came back to her.
Wow, Denver, look at you, coming out of the cold, child.
The girl was immediately recognizable to Lady Jones. She was older, of course, and dressed like a chippy, but it was definitely her former pupil.
It's nice of you to come see me. What brings you? Well, nobody needs a reason to visit. How's your family, honey?
There was no way for Denver to tell her how the family was, so she said what was at the top of her mind.
I won't work, Miss Lady.
Work? What can you do?
I can't do anything, but I would learn it for you if you had a little extra.
Extra?
Food. My ma'am, she doesn't feel good.
Oh, baby. Come on. Let's see what we've got. Rice, some eggs will 4 do, and tea, got plenty of that. If you all need to eat until your mother is well, all you have to do is say so. We got a committee at the church we invented just so nobody has to go hungry.
No, no committee. I better go.
Come back anytime, Denver.
2 days later, Denver stood on the porch and noticed something lying on the tree stump at the edge of the yard. It was a sack of white beans. Another time, a plate of cold rabbit. One morning, a basket of eggs sat there. Strengthened by the gifts of food, the source of which neither Sethe or Beloved questioned, the women had arrived at a doomsday truce. The bigger Beloved got, the smaller Sethe became.
Well, eat something, ma'am. Just a little. You fading away.
Well, beloved.
You ain't combed your hair or washed your face in days.
Beloved.
Lying in bed, like usual. Now eat. Please.
No! She's scratching at her scar again. Beloved! No! Don't make it bleed!
Her father's daughter after all, Denver decided to do the necessary.
Yes?
I come to see Mr. and Mrs. Baldwin.
Mr. and Miss Baldwin, they brother and sister. What you want them for?
I'm looking for work. I was thinking they might know some.
You baby sucks, kid, ain't you? Well, come on then. You letting flies.
Denver knew the Baldwins were the white folk most likely to help her family, as they had done it twice before, renting baby Suggs the house at 124 Bluestone Road, and then pleading for the courts not to hang Sethe.
I'm Janie Wagon. I've been here since I was 14, and I remember like yesterday when your grandma, baby Suggs Holy, came here and sat in this very kitchen. That's how she got the house you all live in. Now, what's the trouble with Sethe? I heard she took sick.
It was a little thing to pay, but it seemed big to Denver. But nobody was going to help her unless she told all of it. Denver explained the girl in her house as a cousin come to visit who got sick, too, and bothered them both.
Tell me, this here woman in your house, the cousin, she got any lines in her hands?
No.
Well, I guess there is a God after all. Denver, you come back here in a few days. I don't want to quit the Bodwins, but they need not help, and they can't have me all day and all night, too. I have a word. Nothing much for you to do. Just to be here, in case.
In case of what?
Fire, bad weather, guests need serving or cleaning up after. Don't ask me what white folks need or not.
They used to be good white folks.
Oh, yeah. They still is good. I wouldn't trade them for another pair, tell you that.
And with these assurances, Denver left. It wasn't long before the news that Janie had got hold of from Denver spread far and wide among the colored women of Cincinnati. Sethe's dead daughter, the one whose throat she cut, had come back to fix her. It was 3 in the afternoon of a Friday so wet and hot, Cincinnati's stench had traveled to the country. That day, Denver was to spend her first night at work at the Bodwins. Mr. Bodwin, the man whose pleading had saved Sethe from the gallows some 18 years before, had had some business on the edge of the city, and so had said he would pick up the new girl before supper.
Denver, what y'all dressed for?
I'll be back in the morning.
Love is suffering something terrible in this heat.
Well, make sure you get some rest while I'm gone, ma'am. I'm gonna sit out on the porch and look out for Mr. Bodwin.
Water! Water to cool me! Only thing that calms her down, cool water. I'm gonna go get it for you, beloved.
The news spread like wildfire among the colored women of Cincinnati. Sethe's dead daughter, the one whose throat she cut, had come back to fix her. It took them days to get the story properly blown up and themselves agitated, and then to calm down and assess the situation.
Ladies, glad to see y'all came. Gather around. Come on. We ain't got no time to waste. Now, there been a lot of rumors running around town. Some say Sethe been beaten down by the devil till she changed shape. Some say there's a creature in there with her and Denver eating, sleeping, and raising hell. Some say it's the daughter Sethe killed come back in the flesh to kill her mama. All we know is someone or something is in the house at 124 with Sethe, and we got to rescue her.
Denver sat on the porch steps with a bundle in her lap, looking in the direction Mr. Bodwin would be coming from. She did not see the women approaching, accumulating slowly in groups and 2s and 3s. In the end, 30 women made up the company that walked slowly toward number 124. Now Denver saw the approaching women and stood.
What do you want?
When the women assembled outside 124, Sethe was breaking a lump of ice into chunks. She dropped the ice pick into her apron pocket to scoop the pieces into a basin. When the music entered the window, she was wringing a cool cloth to put on Beloved's forehead as she sprawled, sweating, on the keeping room bed.
Come. Take my hand, beloved. Where? Music. We're gonna listen to that singing. Baby Suggs' clearing has come to me. Come.
I looked over Jordan, and what did I see?
The singing women recognized Sethe at once and surprised themselves with the absence of fear when they saw what stood next to her. The devil child was clever, they thought. Thunder black and glistening, she stood on long, straight legs, her belly so big and tight she looked pregnant. Vines of hair twisted all over her head. Jesus, her smile was dazzling.
Who that coming up the road?
You remember Mr. Baldwin, ma'am? Well, that's his wagon. He's come to collect me. You and Beloved go inside. Go on now.
Stand aside now. Whoa! You ready, Denver?
Sethe looks up. The sky is blue and clear. There is not one touch of death in the definite green of the leaves. When she lowers her eyes, she sees him. He is in the yard and he is coming for her best thing. She hears the beat of tiny wings.
Stop, Ma! No!
Little hummingbirds stick needle beaks right through Sethe's headcloth into her hair and beat their wings. And if she is thinking anything, it is. The ice pick is not in her hand, it is her hand.
Stop, Ma! It's Mr. Baldwin! You don't mean us no harm!
That's before she stabbed him! Come on, y'all!
Standing alone on the porch, Beloved is watching. But now Sethe is running into the faces of the people out there, joining them and leaving Beloved behind. Alone, again. Then Denver, running too, away from her to the pile of people, falling on top of Sethe. And above them all, rising from his place with a whip in his hand, the man without skin, looking. He is looking at her.
Looks like that girl's well and truly gone, Baldy. Search everywhere, not a sign.
Could be hiding up in them trees yonder since she run off. Waiting for another chance, Stamps.
I ain't afraid.
Nothing in this old cold room. She ain't here.
Used to be voices all around this place. Quiet now. Chasing, I reckon, because Mr. Baldwin says he's selling it soon as he can.
At the name of the man Sethe tried to stab?
Yep.
You don't plan on taking Sethe to the law?
Don't seem like it. They say all he won't know is who's that naked black woman standing on the porch.
Who they tell him the naked black woman was?
They told him they didn't see none.
I believe they saw Sethe's dead daughter?
Well, they saw something.
How close Sethe get to Mr. Baldwin?
Right up on him, they say. Before Denver and them grabbed her, and Ella put her fist in the jaw.
He got to know Sethe was after him.
Maybe. If he did think it, I reckon he decided not to go to the law. He's the main one kept Sethe from the gallows in the first place. If she got to him, it would be the worst thing in the world for us.
Yeah. Damn. Mr. Baldwin, he's still gonna let Denver spend the night in his house?
Oh, no. Hey, lay off Denver, Paul D. That's my heart. She was the first one wrestle her mother down. I'm proud of her. Turning out fine.
It was true. Paul D. saw Denver the next morning when he was on his way to work, and she was leaving hers. Thinner, steady in the eyes, she looked more like her father Hallie than ever. She was the first to smile.
Morning, Mr. D.
Well, it is now. How are you getting along?
Don't pay to complain.
Your mother all right?
No, not a bit all right.
You think I should stop by, knock on the door? Would she welcome it?
I don't know. I think I've lost my mother.
That girl Beloved. You think she's sure enough your sister?
At times, I think she was more. But who would know that better than you, Paul D? I mean, you sure enough knew her.
Well, if you want my opinion...
I don't. I have my own.
You grown?
Yes, sir. And Paul D., you don't have to stay away. But be careful how you talk to my man. You hear?
Paul D. didn't care how Beloved went, or even why. He cared about how he left and why. In 5 tries to escape over the years, from Sweet Home From Brandywine, from Alfred, Georgia, from Wilmington, from North Point, he had been frustrated. Alone, undisguised, with visible skin, memorable hair, and no white man to protect him, he never stayed uncaught. He had decided that to eat, walk, and sleep anywhere was life as good as it got. And he had done it for 7 years, until he came to where an old woman and a girl he used to know had gone.
Sethe!
Where once a shaft of sad red light had bathed him,
Sethe!
locking him where he stood,
You in?
there was nothing.
Sethe?
He climbs the luminous stairs.
Sethe!
He enters Sethe's room. Brightly colored clothes lie on the floor. A pair of ice skates nestle in a basket in the corner.
Where are you, girl?
Denver's room is as neat as the other is messy. No Sethe.
Sethe?
Of course, Poldy thinks. That's where she is, lying under baby Sug's quilt of merry colors. Her eyes, fixed on the window, are so expressionless he is not sure she will know who he is.
Sethe?
Poldy.
Oh, Sethe.
You looking good.
That was confusion.
She smiles, lets it fade, and turns her eyes back to the window.
You gotta get up from there, girl.
I'm tired, Poldy. I have to rest a while.
Don't you die on me. Is that what you planning?
I don't have no plans. No plans at all.
I'ma take care of you. You hear? Starting now.
Sethe closes her eyes and presses her lips together. She is thinking, no, this little place by a window is what I want. And rest. She looks at him, the peach-stone skin, the crease between his ready waiting eyes, and sees it, the thing in him, the blessedness that has made him the kind of man who can walk in a house and make women cry.
Poldy?
What, baby?
She left me.
Oh, girl. Don't cry.
She was my best thing.
Paul D. thinks about Sethe's wrought iron back, the delicious mouth still puffy at the corner from Ella's fist, the mean black eyes, a tenderness about his neck jewelry, never mentioning it or looking at it, so he did not have to feel the shame of being collared like a beast. He wants to put his story next to hers.
She was my best thing.
Sethe, me and you, we got more yesterday than anybody. We need some kind of tomorrow. You your own best thing, Sethe. You are.
Me? Me.
Everybody knew what she was called, but nobody anywhere knew her name. It was not a story to pass on, so they forgot her. Down by the stream, in back of 124, her footprints come and go. Come and go. Beloved.
Beloved, by Toni Morrison, was narrated by Adjoa Ando. Sethe was played by Nadine Marshall. Denver, by Pippa Bennett Warner. Paul D., by Danny Sapani. And Beloved, by Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Stampede was played by Richard Pepple. Baby Suggs by Alebe Parsons. Ella, Sharon D. Clark. And Schoolteacher by Brian Prothero. The nephew was George Watkins. Lady Jones, Michelle Austin. And Janie was Cecilia Noble. Original music was composed by John Nichols. And the song was arranged and directed in studio by Dominique Legendre. Beloved was adapted by Patricia Kumpa. And the director was Sasha Yevtushenko.
This world is endless, so wide, so far, but somehow I'm still lost in you. The streets are full of moving shadows, countless places I could go. City shining, people passing, yet I still feel so alone. Every road keeps leading nowhere, every sky feels cold and blue. In this world so vast and open, I'm still lost in missing you. The world is wide, so wide before me, but I keep losing my way. Somewhere in the endless distance, your memory makes me stay. The world moves on without us, but my heart remains untrue. For no matter where these feet may wander, I'm still lost in missing you. I have tried to outrun silence, tried to leave your ghost behind, but your name still echoes softly through the corners of my mind. The world is wide, so wide before me, but I keep losing my way. Somewhere in the endless distance, your memory makes me stay. The world moves on without us, but my heart remains untrue. For no matter where these feet may wander, I'm still lost in missing you. Maybe someday I'll stop searching for your face in every crowd, but until that day, this broken heart will keep calling your name out. The world is wide, so wide before me, but I keep losing my way. Somewhere in the endless distance, your memory makes me stay. The world moves on without us, but my heart remains untrue. For no matter where these feet may wander, I'm still lost in missing